This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we're recording now. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so we know on that first journal entry, and most people get this journal entry right.
On YouTube was January 21st.
I told him to update it.
Who's that talking? We're going to debit what account?
100 cash.
We're going to debit 100 cash, and we're going to credit what?
400 common stock.
400 common stock. And the amount is this 30,000. Now, the way we're going to keep track of these journal entries is every time we post one, and you all will be talking on Thursday, we go to the T accounts. Journal entry 1, we put the 1 here, and we'll be in Excel on Thursday also. We're going to put 30,000 here because it was a debit in the journal entry, so it's a debit in the T accounts. We're going to go all the way over here to common stock, and we're going to credit common stock for 30,000. And that's going to be journal entry 1. Does everyone understand what we just did? Is there anybody who does not understand what we just did? We made a journal entry, and then because we want to know how many journal entries are in each account, we put it in that account. Let's go on to journal entry 2. And in journal entry 2, we purchased inventory on account 50,000. What's our type?
12.
Our type is 12. So we're going to debit what?
120 inventory.
Debiting 120 inventory. And we're going to credit what?
301 accounts payable.
And what's our amount?
50,000.
50,000. And now we're going to post this to the ledger. So we're going to go to our T accounts, inventory. We're going to debit it for 50,000 because it was a debit in the journal entry, which is number 2. And we're going to go down here to accounts payable and credit accounts payable. If it's a debit in the journal entry, it's going to come into the ledger as a debit. If it's a credit, it's going to come in as a credit. Are there any questions? And of course, I know you all asked me if I was recording it, and I guess I will get it to you. But you need your T account, your Excel spreadsheet out, or T accounts or something. You don't have it out, Miss Bell?
Professor Boyd, I have a question.
Yes.
Moving forward, when we're doing this homework, are we supposed to be using the Excel spreadsheet or the sheets that you have attached to these quizzes? Because I think a lot of us used what was attached to the quiz.
Well, that
and
was
not
fine.
the.
I want you, I'll do the Word document so you get a sense of it. But now
Okay.
as we move forward, we want to go to Excel documents.
Okay.
So I'll start off in Word, and sometimes people might have an issue with Excel. So I want to make sure they always, have a way to do it in Word. We
Okay.
should be
Thank
doing
you.
it in Excel. You're welcome. Now, are there any question on what we just did by anybody? Okay, we'll go on to journal entry 3 and 4. You all are making those 2 journal entries and post them. As you know, watching me, I go over, you learn what I did. You would have watched me, but now we got to make sure you're learning it. So I want you all to do journal entries 3 and 4 and post them just like I did. You got 2 minutes per journal entry, of course. These are simple, basic journal entries. So I'm giving you all 4 minutes to make these journal entries. I guess then another minute to post. You got 6 minutes to get the next 2 done.
Professor, we can't hear you.
Thank you. So we did the first four. Are there any questions? Okay, well, let's go on to number 5, then I'm gonna have you all finish up. So in number 5, we purchase equipment paying 200,000 down, for 200,000, paying 50,000 down, and sign a note for the balance. So we're gonna go back to our journal entries. And this is one we've seen a lot of times. Debit equipment for 200,000. Credit cash, 50,000. And then credit note payable, 150,000. So for our types, we have what? 7 paying cash for the equipment, then a 12 using a liability, so it should be note payable. Now let's go and post journal entry 5. So we go to the T accounts, and we're just coming in and put equipment here. For credit cash, and this is number 5. We're gonna credit cash, 50,000. And we're gonna credit long-term note payable for 150,000. Does everybody see what we're doing now? Is there anybody who does not see what we're doing? We're making the journal entry and posting to the ledger. Does everyone see that? So what was the issue with the homework?
I don't think we had an issue. I think we just wanted to make sure we had like the correct answers.
You want to make sure we had the correct answers? Okay. Well, that's not what everybody said. So let's go on to 6. One salary is 30,000, so we debit salary expense 30,000. Credit cash 30,000. So the T accounts 6. Okay, so See, we can finish up paid repairs and maintenance, 20,000. Cash. Both of these would have been type nines. So let's go down T accounts. With 20,000 for number 7. And then cash car loan revenue received 80,000. So this is number 8. Debit cash. Credit sales. So type 2. Let's go ahead and post that. $80,008. Then we have car loan revenue earned from our corporate customers. And that was 60,000. That's number 9. And of course, this is type 15. So we're going to debit accounts receivable. And credit sales, of course. And that amount is $60,000. Now we need to post number 9. So we go down to accounts. 9 receivable, 60,000. 9 sales, 60,000. 10 paid on accounts payable, 15,000. That's a type 8. So we're going to debit account payable. We're going to credit cash. And that was 15,000. Let's go ahead and post that one. So we're debiting accounts payable 15,000. And we're crediting cash 15,000. And in our found journal entry, we collect cash of 50,000 from corporate customers. So we know that that is a type 3. We're going to debit cash. And we're going to credit account receivable. And that was 50,000. So let's go and post that one. So we have 50,000 coming to cash. Number 11. 50,000 going to account receivable. That's number 11. Okay, so at this point, we've done all of this posting. We want to get balances in each account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and auto sum cash. My debits are 190, my credits are 125. I'm not going to put these on the trial balance. I'm going to write me an equation. An equation start with what? Equal, close parentheses. We're going to click on the 190. Then we're going to put a minus sign in. We're going to click on the 125. We're going to hit our parentheses, and it's going to put the 65,000 for us. So we do an auto sum, and then we put an equation, and this is why we use Excel, equal, parentheses, we click on the 190, minus, we click on the 125, we close the parentheses, and it's calculating it for us automatically. So now we want to begin our trial balance, and we would have 65,000 here. We're going to have 65,000, not 190 and 125. Does everybody see that? Okay. Now it's your job now to go through and do the remainder of the accounts. I did the hard one for you. Everything is posted. And you're going to put the accounts in cash, receivables, inventory. Then you're going to come to account payable, short-term note, long-term note. You got to put equipment in too. So after receivables will be equipment. So you're going to keep them in that order as they are in the chart of accounts. Then common stock. Then the revenue and the expenses. So this is your chart of accounts. You are to prepare your trial balance in this order: assets, liabilities, stockholders' equity, dividends, then the revenues and the expenses. For those of you who chose not to do that, as I told you, I'm taking off 2 points just for that. I told you to put them in that order. And you'll see why in a few minutes. So I'm going to give you, I guess, 15 minutes to now do the trial balance and get it balanced, putting every account in that order. Does everyone understand what they're supposed to do? Is there anybody who does not understand what they're supposed to do?
Can you go back to the screen where you are putting in those trial balances in the spreadsheet?
Uh, is this what you're talking about?
Yes, sir. Where exactly on there are we putting that in?
Right in here, cash, account receivables.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes,
Okay, so you want us to put it into the Excel spreadsheet
yes.
and then re-upload it?
Say what? No, you have a new one to work on.
Okay.
So we had about a third of the people who got it this time. I want to see 75% on the next problem. Got it? 75% on the next problem. Next time
So
we
are
have.
we not resubmitting this quiz?
No, you're not resubmitting it. I mean, we doing it. You don't need to resubmit this one. You need to work on the next one. I don't overly take off when you attempt your homework. Yeah, you should go back and correct it. We're going over it, but I'd be grading forever. You just get it right, and then what you have to do is when you do journal entry quiz 4, you're gonna do that one right. That's what's due on Thursday. Got it? And you have tutors that are available to help you if you need it on Thursday. Brooke will be in the classroom.
Will we get our grade for this one, the homework 3 on Thursday as well?
Well, if I get a grade, I got 2 other classes, They want some grades too, so I did you all first. You just show you where you were. But I'll look at it. I may have it done by then. But what I do, I like to look at everybody, and I want you to look at everybody, see how everybody's doing. So I work to do that, challengingly. Anything else? So you see what your first exam is going to be, correct? You're going to have to make the journal entries, post to the ledger, and get this trial balance done. Are there any questions?
What does that DR at the top stand for?
Debit, DR here.
Mm-hmm.
These are the debit accounts. These are the credit accounts.
Okay.
So DR is debit, CR is credit.
Okay.
It's a good question.
What was the formula again?
Well, let me just finish on debits and credits, and I'll do the formula. In terms of the accounts, debits are always on the left, credits are on the right. And so, because the debits exceeded the credits, it's going to be on the debit side. It's always going to be on the side of the larger. If we're at accounts payable, because 50 is the credit and 15 is the debit, it's going to be on the credit side. Let's look at that formula again. We auto sum and got 195, 190, and 125. Are there any questions on how to auto sum? You just highlight and hit auto sum. You highlight what you want, and you hit auto sum. Let's put the equation right here. And let's just see if I can.
Professor Boyd, where are you hitting auto sum at? I'm sorry. I'm having a whole moment. Oh, I see it. Never mind.
Yeah, right here. That's auto sum. Now, hopefully you can see this. I've expanded. Can everybody see? I'm going to put the formula here. Can everybody see this? All right, to do a formula, the first thing we do is we hit equal. You put an equal sign in. Then you go up there and you close the parentheses. Then we click on what we want to subtract from. So we're going to click on the 190. And that's B17. It's putting us there. Because we want to subtract, we're going to put a minus in here. Then we're going to click on the 125. Then we're going to close our parentheses. Does everybody see how to do that? So just go and practice on it. You got some small ones, practice on receivables and payables. The others you're just going to be able to bring down. But I want everything in Excel unless there's a prevailing reason on Thursday. And I think you can see it's just much easier to add with Excel than it is with your cell phone. Right, Brooke?
What'd you say?
It's, it's easier to add with Excel than your cell phone. So now everybody is working on the trial balance.
All right. My bad, y'all. There you go.
You got Brooke. Okay. Everybody is now working on the trial balance. Putting the accounts in the order they're in the chart of accounts. I'm taking off points if you didn't do that.
You have to put short in order. My
You got to put them in the order of this chart of accounts based on the ones that are used. And you're going to see why that's important in a little while. So you put them in this order. Everybody is working on the trial balance. So we're going over it. We looked at each journal entry. We posted everyone. You're now just simply going through. So I'm going to give you all to 3:30 to have a trial balance done. That should be enough time, correct? Have my trial balance done at 3:30.
Is it supposed to be for quiz 3?
Yeah, this is quiz 3.
Okay. Thank you.
I need to see his T account.
Quiz 4 is due on Thursday.
Mr. Boyd, I have a question.
Did someone say something?
It was me, Raquel.
Okay.
On the grades, you posted that we for my team journal entry, you put
Oh,
that I didn't put it.
we aren't doing that right now. I'll handle that later. We're just concentrating on this. I got your email. I'll look at it and correct it. Okay. As I said earlier, if you got points, you let me know. I will give you your points. But I want everybody concentrating on getting the trial balance now.
Professor Boyd,
Yes.
can I see your T account right quick?
Sim,
Professor,
Yes.
did you put anything for the dividends on your T account?
Yeah, we have a T account right there for dividends.
Oh, okay. I was trying to make sure I didn't have it. Okay.
Well, hadn't you about finished?
Yes, sir. I'm done with mine.
Is everybody else about finished? Is there anybody who needs more time?
Yes.
Okay, take your time. We'll go about 5 more minutes so I can get through it. Okay, let's go to account receivable and we'll practice our auto summoning formula again. So we're going to hit auto sum. Then we're going to hit equal. Shift parentheses. We're going to click on the 60,000. Then we're going to put a minus in. We're going to click on the 50,000. We're going to close our parentheses. So that tells us that the receivables has a balance of $10,000. So the second thing on our trial balance would be the receivables at 10,000. Next we go to inventory, 50,000. Then we go into equipment, 200,000. Excuse me. So that's all the assets. Now we pick up the liabilities. So we'll practice one final time. So we're going to auto sum the accounts payable. But this time, because the credits are larger, we're going to put the equation on the credit side. Equal, shift parentheses, we're going to click on the 50,000, put the minus in, we're going to click on the 15,000, and that gives us a balance of 35,000 on the credit side. So now as we go to our trial balance, we have accounts payable, that's going to be on the credit side, 35,000. And when we look in here again, we see the notes payable, short-term and long-term, they're on the credit side. So the short-term note payable, and the long-term note payable is going to be 150,000. Then we're going to come over and pick up our common stock, 30,000. Then the dividends we said were 10,000. So we look on the T accounts. We have that dividend way over here for reasons, 10,000. Then we go back to the T accounts, the sales that only has credit amounts. So we can auto sum it. And we get 140,000. That's going to be on the credit side. Then we have salaries and repairs, 30 and 20. On the debit side, salaries, 30,000. So now we've got the balances in every account, and for our equation to hold, the debits have to equal the credits. So we just come down here and hit auto sum, and we get $385,000. So you always want to hit auto sum and get your ending amount. Are there any questions by anybody? Can everybody do this now? Will everybody be able to work the homework that's going to be due on Thursday? And be ready for an exam on next Tuesday? So our timetables will do another homework one on Thursday. Let you have a take-home problem or something on Tuesday. And then have the exam on this on Tuesday. On that study problem, you got those 40 journal entries. So that's going to start to become due, and you probably need the Excel spreadsheet with those. Are there any questions? Can everybody do this now? Ms. Thomas, can we knock it out? Musgrave says no. Anybody else says no? Put it in the chat if you can't do it. Everybody who can't do it, put it in the chat.
Dr. Boyd, can you slide your spreadsheet over so I can see the very far right side or far left side? Sorry.
Okay. Okay, so we have a tutor at 10:30. Excuse me, at 11 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we have a tutor at 2:30 that's in the classroom. So if you are having problems, next time you need to go to the classroom. So if you're a person who's having problem, go to the classroom so you can be directly with the tutor. Okay? This is not hard. Making journal entry is a difficult part. This is just simply posting to the ledger and getting the balance to see how much is in each account and balancing that out.
And you said on Thursday, Professor, for tutorials?
Right. The tutor will be there at 11 on the third floor. Then the other tutor, I can't think of their names right now, will be in the classroom with you all in 206.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll just see, we'll see how we're coming on Thursday. Someone say, was there going to be an exam on Tuesday? It'll be either Tuesday or it'll be Thursday. If people don't feel they're ready, they want to practice more, Then we move it back. We're on any uh, definitive schedule in terms of when to get it done. Just when everybody's going to pass it and do well.
Mr. Boyd, you have the tutoring schedule posted on Blackboard as well, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So these are 2 tutors that are volunteering out, and then there's another tutor who works for the School of Business. I'll put all that information in Blackboard, probably under the second tab that relates to attendance. So I'll put that information there.
So, Professor Boyd, just to make sure that I'm clear, quiz 4 is due on Thursday,
On Thursday.
correct? On
Correct.
Thursday. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're just continuing to work the quizzes. We have the quizzes, and we're continuing to work them, and so you'll be comfortable. Now remember, initially you couldn't make journal entries. Now you can. Most people can make journal entries. Now we're moving so that you can get a balanced trial balance. And between now and uh, when you're tested, most people are going to be able to do a trial balance. Now, about a third of the people had this, was able to do this initially without this session. I'm assuming at least 2/3 of the people are going to be able to do the next one. At least 2/3, maybe 3/4. This is not the hardest thing to do. Brooke is going to be in the class with you. So if you have issues, you just go to the class. And Brooke has her email in the chat, so she probably worked for you at other times. Are there any other questions? Well, if not, you all have a very pleasant end of your day. And I look forward to getting the next set of homework done and done correctly. If there are any questions, email me. In terms of the issues on the spreadsheet, I'll go and get those corrected. I knew there would be some errors, and some people, remember, students were turning in people who worked on the journal entries, so a person could have been left off. We will correct that, so you don't have to worry about that. What I do need you to worry about is going and getting the posting and trial balance down. Just focus on that. Your past points, you'll get.
Thank you, Mr. Boyd.
You're welcome. So you all have a good one, and we'll see you all on Thursday.
Professor, what building is the tutoring in?
In the School of Business, Bill and J's, Jay. Now, the
Okay,
people
thank
who I
you.
have volunteering, they're face to face. There's one person who's on the 3rd floor. Why don't you email me? Then I'll send you both of their contact information. Okay, Musgraves?
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. And anybody else, if you need help with the tutors, email me and I'll send you their contact information. But they will work with you face to face. And hopefully, as we get through this exam, we'll hopefully be able to get back face to face. So probably a little bit earlier than March 1st. Okay. So we'll see you all on Thursday.